exception of maybe the O arc and the later fight against Boro, Sarada Uchiha and Mitsuki, like, let's be honest, they haven't had the best showing when it comes on to the Boruto manga, in terms of the manga specifically giving them like time to develop and giving them any substantial amount of panel time. So, I mean, things have for the most part been left up to the anime and other Boruto extended media to give these characters any significant amount of development and screen time. Welcome everyone, Sanjae Uchiha here, and of course we're back with a post-Boruto chapter 65 discussion. So naturally this video will for anime only, contain spoilers for the current events of the manga. Of course, a little public service announcement. This video should be going up on Wednesday, but of course I hope you guys join me for the end of month / end of year final stream, final subscriber stream. Hopefully we'll be starting around 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I hope to, cap off the year with, a extra lengthy one compared to the last two that we had. So definitely leave a like, subscribe, and look out for that. I'll definitely, be creating that stream beforehand, probably like a day before, probably the same day this video is going up. So subscribe, look out for it, join us. We'll be talking about, the year in review, where Boruto, Black Clover, Attack on Titan, anything else that comes to mind, and anything else that you guys want to talk about. So yeah. But anyway, back to today's discussion video, guys. So yeah, Sarada Mitsuki, it's a topic that we've talked about before here on the channel. It's a topic I'm sure a lot of persons have, mentioned in passing in their Boruto discussions, dissections, and reviews. Sarada and Mitsuki haven't had the best, screen or panel time when it comes on to the manga, and to be honest, yes, things have been left to the anime and other extended Boruto media for them to get any substantial screen time, which it's 50-50. It's sad, but at the same time it's good for those different mediums that they get the screen time in. But like when it comes down to the manga, of course I've said time and time again that they've kind of handpicked a certain set of characters to focus on, namely like Boruto, Kawaki, Naruto, Sasuke, Yamato, Sumire, and it just seems like there's not enough time. There's not enough wiggle room to juggle an additional set of characters. But the thing is, as we kind of go into 2022, where I suspect we'll finally get the Boruto time skip at some point, of course my predictions being chapter 69 or chapter 70, because I guess the even number is a more marketable sell. But again, just to kind of reinforce the point, ever since the Boro fight, things have the transition, what I believe to be the transition for Boruto and his generation to truly carry the series has started. And when it comes on to the time skip, Sarada and Mitsuki, even if they won't be in the main mix of things, these are two supporting characters that are on the main characters team that can provide a heavy support in driving the story, making it more dynamic, having other characters to cheer for, having a number of narrative elements for the main character, and the theme that they're going with Boruto's life. There's a lot of things that they can play off Boruto's theme and these characters who are providing strong support when it comes on to other Boruto mediums, like the novels, the anime, etc. So the question now comes into play with Borushiki and Code now going up against like Naruto, Kawaki, and Shikamaru for the most part. I mean, how could they come into play in preparation for the time skip? I want to open the discussion with you guys, so let me know in the comment section below. But of course, as I was saying, I was one that was kind of subscribing to the idea that when it would be once everything is said and done when it comes on to this current fight, and then when Boruto and company, if they come back to the village, depending on who comes back to the village, that's when Sarada and Mitsuki would kind of find out what happened, and in the grand scheme of things they'll reflect on everything that's truly happened since the fight against Boro, or maybe ever since Kara started coming to the village via like Delta and Kawaki and etc, and they'd use that as a motivation to get stronger over the time skip. But For the most part, considering the pacing of the manga right now, even though Kishi has seemingly kicked things into overdrive with the recent chapter, um, I'm tempted to believe that if the time skip was to occur at a certain chapter, that plan might have changed on Kishimoto's part, and some, I guess, wiggle room or some additional chapters will be provided to us to incorporate sort of, I guess, additional conflict, so that there's some foundation or build up for Sarada and Mitsuki, a more substantial, foundation compared to what I was subscribing to with, waiting until everybody comes back to the village and then they find out. But what better way for them to, establish that foundation and motivation going into the time skip than at least giving them a sneak peek of the issues that Boruto, Naruto, and company are going through right now by, just let's throw them into the mix for the most part. Maybe, depending on how the current fight ends up, maybe Boruto doesn't necessarily return to the village right away. Maybe there's a portion of time that Momoshiki stays in control and Sarada and Mitsuki like somehow get involved and see that come face to face with the Momoshiki possessed Boruto. Maybe a small fight, maybe some death occurs, and this helps to motivate Sarada and Mitsuki. Now, to be honest, I'm not even going to lie, I'm not going to pretend. I'm kind of struggling to see how Kishimoto is going to involve, get Sarada and Mitsuki like out of the village to come and help, because for the most part the next major person I'm expecting to show up is Sasuke, because it's not like Sasuke went home, right? Based on what we know, he should still be like out and about wandering. But if it's a case, I guess thinking about it now as I'm recording this, if Sasuke went home and they pulled the whole, the Genins misbehave, don't listen to the orders from the older folks and sneaks out and follows after Sasuke, maybe Sasuke is there at home and it's like, yo, I'm heading out, and surprisingly, hasn't actually let Sasuke know what's happening yet, has she? But maybe she lets Sasuke know and then he heads out, and then Sarada sneaks out, and Mitsuki, she links Mitsuki first, and then Mitsuki heads out with her, sometime after Sasuke actually gets to the battlefield and, helps to fight, Borushiki. So that's like the only like feasible way like that would make sense to me in terms of Sarada going out to potentially help, maybe, or maybe even Sakura goes with Sasuke, and that's like incentive for Sarada. It's like, oh shit, I can't just leave it to them, or she probably takes what I was saying she would do into consideration earlier and say, oh shit, I haven't really been much help to Boruto, let me just go and support or something along the lines of that. But the point is, what I'm saying is, I think a stronger, or the strongest possible foundation and motivation for these characters to play a significant role in the time skip needs to be established from now. And the best way possible would be to really and truly introduce them to a bit of the, I guess, the physical, mental, and emotional conflict that's happening between Boruto and the immediate set of characters that the manga decides to focus on, is essentially what I'm saying. So at least going into the time skip, like you're as a reader or watcher, you're highly like, personally, I think persons are really interested to see what Sarada and Mitsuki are going to do in the time skip anyway, based on just who they are as characters and their developments in other Boruto medium. But at the same time, if that foundation and drive based on how this pre-time skip era ends is if it's just done right, as a reader or watcher, like, you're going to be highly motivated to see what these characters are going to do. They're going to be primed and in position to really play that supporting character role, is essentially what I'm saying. So I think it would be best for real, like at the tail end of this current fight, They get to experience a bit of what's going on with Borushiki, with Code. We just need to see like Sarada. Like honestly, we just need to see them like even interacting with like Momoshiki or Code, or you know, depending on what Ida does. Like something, there needs to be a spark, you know, because again, as I said, like yeah, they get this nice screen time and thing in other media, other Boruto medium, but like I don't think anybody can argue and say like, you know, Sarada and Mitsuki are getting like the best development, the best screen time, and we're like going on the manga alone. Oh, I'm excited to see what they're going to do in the time skip. Right? No, I mean they probably are, because they haven't really been doing much in the manga overall, but at the same time, like just based on the manga and the manga alone, like there could be more done, and I think they need to be thrown into the conflict. And you know, I was kind of using the excuse like, yeah, it's a monthly manga, but I don't think it's an excuse. And I mean, I would have loved, like looking back on the manga overall, I would have loved to have like Mitsuki and Sarada have these, you know, interesting arcs throughout, but I guess it might be a business move, because you know, they're focused on the anime, novels, etc, etc, as I keep saying throughout this video. But at the same time, it's like they don't really have much based on this manga alone, you see me? So yeah, but let me know what you guys think about my thoughts. As I said, I'm just opening the discussion floor with you guys for these characters based on what's going on in the manga now, and the fact that we presumably are, like, it's just an assumption at this point. I'm only assuming that we're getting the time skips at some points in 2022. So the discussion floor is open, and I want to hear what you guys are saying in the comment section below. Your thoughts and expectations for Sarada and Mitsuki. Do you think they should be involved in some shape or form with the current conflict, more so towards the tail end of the current, you know, fight against Code and Borushiki? Some interaction needs to go on. Let me know what you think. And just how do you think Sarada and Mitsuki should be handled going forward, given that this manga is monthly, and I mean, they don't seem to be a part of the circle of characters they really focus on the most. Let me know what you think they should be handled going forward, guys. Of course, Sanjae Uchiha, looking forward to seeing you guys come up for the end of year / end of month subscriber stream tomorrow. Hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I hope you enjoyed your Christmas, and you know, stuff your face, eat some food. Well, you know, eat some food every day, I guess. But yo, hope you guys have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next Boruto video.